Hey guys, here at OSMVTXreviews.com. Today I want to show you the Dell Latitude XT series tablet computer. This is one of the older tablet computers that Dell has released. However, it still remains in today's standards a pretty powerful convertible tablet computer, especially with the release of Windows 8. If you install Windows 8 on this PC, it makes it very powerful indeed, because not only does it use a Wacom-inspired style pen in order to write using handwriting recognition, and as a graphic tablet can recognize pressure and sensitivity levels with electromagnetic technology. It's also a full-on capacitive multi-touch enabled touchscreen, which allows you to zoom in and out of pictures with native support by Intric. It also recognizes your finger and your flesh touch. That means it's a double or dual touchscreen technology with the built-in touch support with Windows 8. It makes this device really special. In terms of specs, it still is very powerful, especially for a 12.1-inch, very, very small tablet computer in general. It lacks an external CD or DVD drive, but you can install one using a USB 2.0 port, or of course with the proprietary Dell D-port connection port. Otherwise, this device is fairly interesting. It's a very quality-made product. Inside the hood, you have the Intel Core 2 Dual 1.33 gigahertz processor. That's dual core. You also have 3 gigs of RAM. And that's pretty much it. You have 80 gigs hard drive or 120 gig hard drive, depending on what you're looking for. And you also have a biometric fingerprint reader, and we'll take a look at that in a second. In terms of design, it also looks very classy. It has this great metal design on here. You have the Dell logo that's very shiny. You have an LED indicator on top to tell you if your battery is charging or not. On the bottom or the right-hand side, you have access to these ports, which include a wireless on and off switch. You also have access to a port for, again, wireless and IRS feeds. You also have a dedicated USB 2.0 port here, a SD card reader, a PCMA CIA card, which is a bonus on here. You also have a 3.5mm headphone jack and a volume control. A thing you'll notice about this convertible tablet is that it doesn't make any fan noise. It's eerily quiet, especially since the tablet itself is less than 1 inch thick closed. So that's pretty thin, very thin actually, for a tablet computer, and it's very small, it's very quiet, and it's quite powerful too, considering the specs under the hood. It's not going to be a i3 or i5 performance, but it still is pretty good in terms of Windows Index. On the side here, we have access to the built-in pen or the stylus. It also has an LED to indicate if it's in here or not. It can also be attached to the computer if you want to do that. So there you go. It ejects like so. The pen itself is quite strange, if I have to be real here. It has a blue tip, and it has a few control buttons on it, but it's an angular pen, which means it won't roll down, so it prevents the pen from actually rolling off, which is a great feature on Dell's part. You also have access to another USB 2.0 port, and that's pretty much it. You have a mono speaker on one end, so speaker is very loud, but it isn't stereo sounding. Now, switching the computer around, you will see that it has a swellable hinge. It also has this VGA port to connect it to a external monitor or a monitor or projector. You also have this power AC adapter. There is a scroll dial down here, and you also have a Dell proprietary D port and a LAN connection there. That's pretty much it. So scrolling the computer around and opening it up, you will find the screen itself is very, very bright and very cool to look at. That is because this screen has been patented with Dell, and it works both in outdoor conditions and indoor conditions. The result is the screen is really bright, really crisp, and really vibrant. In fact, because the screen still retains the same resolution as a XGA resolution of the typical stuff you would see in most computers, shrunken down to this 12-inch size, it becomes really high pixel density. So if you're into graphic art or something like this, this screen is really popping with resolution and popping with colors. Again, here's your fingerprint reader on the side here, so you can log in with that feature. There's your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi connection. There's also 3G on this device underneath the back cover, so you can connect it wherever you go. So that's a pretty cool feature as well. There's your Dell logo, your on-off key. These are all backlit. There's a rotation key, which rotates the screen orientation. These are all backlit, again, with blue, so it looks very cool as well. The keyboard is, of course, shrunken down, but it's still very tactile and surprisingly good. It reminds us of an older IBM-style keyboard, so it's really tactile and really responsive, quite easy to use as well. In addition to being both a capacitive touchscreen as well as a Wacom-style touchscreen, it also is able to use a normal trackpad. It's quite easy to use. It's on a small size, especially since it's a netbook-sized device, but it still is easy to use. In addition to that, you also have a traditional IBM-styled dot pen, I guess, which allows you to press around with that. So you have natively 4 touch input options. In addition, you can also plug in additional mouses and stuff, so it's a very fully functioning device in terms of input. So let's take a look at the speed, and there's just some specs over here, taking a look at how this works. Let's swivel the screen around. It's quite flexible. Fan heat might be one of the smaller issues on this device. It definitely heats up pretty fast depending on what OS you're using and what configuration you're using. But here's your normal swivel lens view, which allows you to watch videos and browse the web in a cool setting. So there we go. You can also adjust the setting depending on what you want to look at. So of course you have the native support for all the additional widgets. I have Vista installed, which is a OS that's built right on in here. But again, you can convert it to 8 really easily without needing without the need to upgrade any RAM or anything out of the box. It just installs right away, and you can do that. So you have some sticky notes here. Of course, you have widgets you can drag and drop anywhere you want. Very sensitive screen, once again, with the capacitive technology. You have some news headlines that can open up. Again, very speedy and pretty impressive as a performance department. If we want to open up Google Chrome as a web browser, you'll see that things load really fast, and we can open that up and type in a address bar. You can either use the finger or the handwriting recognition, or you can use the QWERTY keyboard, but let's try the QWERTY keyboard. So if you want to go to YouTube, should be able to open up YouTube here. And there you go. It's pretty much loaded. So again, it's very fast even in today's standards, so you're going to have no issues with scrolling. Windows Vista, of course, isn't that touch optimized, but it does have pin flex, which means you can scroll up and down by flicking your fingers, so you don't have to use a scroll bar, which is a cool feature. Or if you want to do that, you can be more conventional and use that. So again, videos will not load without a stutter. They will be pretty good sounding also on the speakers. And again, a fast and enjoyable experience, especially in terms of video, because it is it's such a bright and vibrant screen on this device, and this makes the device quite easy to use. So let's close that up. Of course, it also opens up all your Gmail, all your clients really nicely. If you want to do something like New York Times, you can also try a more complex site and see how fast it loads. Let's try the pen this time. So you can see that if I press lighter, it will recognize that I'm pressing lighter, and as a result, the pen will go lighter. So this means it's pressure sensitive. It's great for graphic artists and people looking for a feature in terms of that. Let's Google search that, and let's go to the New York Times and see how fast a complex page will load. There we go. We are done. So very fast and very responsive, very easy to use. Again, this makes this a really relevant device. Now the biggest reason why we are probably re-reviewing this product is definitely because of its price. Now when this device first came out with so many different features, from Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, to its super thin profile, let's just rotate the screen entirely down, and great battery life too, with even an external battery that can be supported on this model, this device costs $2,500. That is extremely, extremely expensive. But it's still relevant in today's standards, and if you're interested, you can get one on eBay and Amazon for $200 and less. So that's a really inexpensive price for a fully functioning tablet computer that is able to run Windows 8 with an extra boost, compared to, of course, convertible tablets that you have to buy separately or brand new in today's stores. So this is Windows Journal, which allows you to write notes in class and stuff. So if you want to write today's date, 12/31st, 2012, you can see that it's pretty sensitive, pretty easy to use. We can use the pen for higher accuracy and a better user experience. If we fold the tablet down exclusively, we can write more comfortably. The tablet screen also recognizes when your hand is on it instead of whether you're writing with the pen. So if I press my hand on it, it's not going to actually activate the capacitive sensor and actually write down when my hand is moving. It's actually only going to write with the pen. So if I set my hand down and start writing notes on this tablet, the Dell XT, you're going to see that what I was writing down stuff here, there wasn't anything that was really major going on here. So again, it's really, really responsive experience. Overall, writing on it, it's also really comfortable. It feels like writing on glass. It's a really smooth and elegant and expensive experience. It also touch is fairly good as well. It's not as responsive as, say, an Apple iPad, but again, you're going to have that full multi-touch experience and at the full sensitivity level that you're pretty much used to with a capacitive touchscreen. That's pretty much it. We just wanted to give you a quick look at the Dell XT tablet computer because it is something that will be pretty exciting to take a look at in the coming days, especially as Windows 8 gains momentum, and this device will be able to run that without a hiccup, and you get the full tablet experience of today's computing standards at a fraction of the price. So this is a pretty powerful tablet convertible PC if you're looking for something that's small and easy to take with you on road trips and vacations, or go take something secure with you on work. This the Dell Latitude XT series might do the trick. Thanks for watching here at OSandPTXreviews.com.